All right, so what could have prompted me to go to Phuket, specifically Rawai Beach, Nai Harn area? Then I was going to flip to Patong and bring you some video footage from there. What could have made me say, you know what? I got to get out of here. So what happened first and foremost is that I booked an Airbnb in one of these condos in Nai Harn Beach for around 1,500 USD, which is a pretty heavy dollar amount. Granted, it is high season, but on the flip side of that coin, the place was a shithole. And secondary to that, the third night I was there, cockroaches were crawling on me while I was sleeping. So obviously what I had to do is I had to dip and I had to check out and try to parlay a refund. During the interim of that, I booked another Airbnb in Rawai Beach. And I come to find out when I get there that it was a condemned building. And they try to take my $1,600 for that room. So then obviously there was some lodging issues, but that really isn't the crux of why I had to leave Rawai. So I was informed prior that Phuket had changed and it wasn't for the better. So we're going to get to that. But the first thing is, let's talk about the positives if you're going to go to Phuket, Rawai. So now, if you don't know, Phuket is also known as Fight Island. So if you're someone who's interested in Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, probably the abundant amount of schools that can be on one road could be 6 to 7. If you want to be trained up on a professional way, if you're a hobbyist, I would say that Phuket has the most to offer. It also has the most to offer regarding food in a fitness aspect. If you've ever come out to Southeast Asia, it's not the easiest thing to eat healthy. So Phuket, once again, has an abundant amount of fitness meals. So that's how I had to put it. So that's the positive. Once again, there are some nice beaches, and obviously it's Thailand, so it would be very serene. But now, what makes it terrible? Well, what makes it terrible is that, A, it's high season. Granted, you can't avoid that. It's the time of the year, very, very crowded. But due to the fact that there's wars going on in certain regions, the saturation or volume of people has tripled because once again, everyone's backdooring their country. They're outbidding people for short-term and long-term contracts. And then if we flip back to my lodging situation, when I was looking for Airbnbs, there was nothing available. And like I said, whatever was available was $1,500 for a shithole and $2,500 for something decent in the realm of a 28 to 32 square meter studio apart. So now if we go back to, regardless if you're on holiday or if you're looking to live there, once again, I don't know your bank account or your bankroll. That's a lot of money to spend for 1 month, and you're not really getting much for your money. We talk about vehicular traffic. We talk about pedestrian foot traffic. A ton of people on the streets, saturated, not a peaceful environment at all if you want to rest and relax. So Phuket, in my opinion, it's on its way out. And all I could say is that it was good while it lasted. It's a place where I lived during the cough. I actually got stuck there. I tend to like it. The only thing is that Patong, I'd even looked, but I heard it's the same thing regarding tourists and everybody try to get it out of their countries. But there are remote places in Phuket that you can stay. But then once again, the only dilemma for you is going to be, you got to get on that motorbike. You got to get in a taxi. And just to segue to taxis, a 10-minute taxi ride in Pattaya, I'll do a compare and contrast, could be $2.50, right? For maybe a 20-minute ride. When you go to Phuket, if you want to take a 5-minute taxi ride, it's $11. Now, a lot of you are like, well, that's not a lot of money. The thing is that if you use a lot of taxis, that's going to add up extremely quickly. and it's going to dip into your pocket in a big way. So once again, food, transportation, and lodging has skyrocketed due to the fact that there's a demand. Now, understand that certain countries have already embedded themselves there for years, which could be a good thing because when foreigners come in, they build up the infrastructure and the restaurants, etc. I don't have a problem with that. The only problem personally is if you want to have a relaxing stay, you want to enjoy yourself and not get hit over the head regarding your wallet, I'll be honest with you, Phuket, I would think twice. I already canceled things that I had planned. I planned months in advance to try to save money. I already canceled it because I already know that the atmosphere is, as much as I like the fact that there's a Muay Thai like God, there's like 7 of them on a road and you could go learn, and the prices are still the same regarding that for the most part. If you want to do jiu-jitsu, it's a little bit more expensive because it's a little rare out there, the MMA. You can find it, but once again, they're going to hit you if you want privates, etc. Muay Thai usually will run you from, on the low end, 600 to the high end, 1,200 baht. If you're doing privates, it all depends on who you want to train with. So just keep that in mind. A little bit of know before you go. And I got to tell you, it's a little sad because Phuket to me was a little bit of a second home, and we got to make different moves now. So Coffee and Juice hopefully got something out of the information. It's relatively current, which it's about, 80 hours old. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, help me out. I'm trying to bring you the best and the brightest information that I could get. All right, Coffee and Juice, talk to you soon. So a little bit of a pro tip if you stuck around this long. If you rent an Airbnb, once again, shout out to Airbnb, their support team, for helping me out, get my money back, the parlay and all these resolutions that I had. So to get out of, or to say basically, hey, there's a huge problem, I want my money back. If there is a roach infestation, which means 5 or more, they want documentation and pictures. So if there's a problem with, insects or bugs, you got to get it on camera. You got to send it to them because eventually you're going to have to send it to the Airbnb support, and you're also going to have to send it to the host so you could try to parlay your money back. So a little bit of a pro tip regarding that, something to think about. All right. I'll talk to you soon.